Okay, let me just see that everything is working properly and we are back as we are supposed to be, and I'm live where I need to be. Before we can start this special presentation of a watch-along of Kaizer Chiefs versus the Amazulu. Coach 10-1 coming back to look at the team that maybe got rid of him a little bit unfairly. He's coming back to face that team. So let's see what is going to happen in this game. Welcome, everybody. I'm man. Hey, yahambi kesi zolo. We couldn't do the show. We couldn't do the review of the Soweto derby. I apologize for that, but like I said, ikesi hambile, and we were stuck a little bit stranded here. But anyway, we've got Kaizer Chiefs versus the Amazulu up right now. Amazulu currently number 9 in the league. 15 games, 6 wins, 1 draw, 8 losses, 14 goals scored, 20 conceded, for a grand total of 19 points. And then, of course, you have Kaizer Chiefs on the other side, number 5 in the league, in the log. 15 games played, 6 wins, 3 draws, and 6 losses. 17 goals scored and 17 goals conceded. Kaizer Chiefs is conceding at a rate that is equal to what they are scoring within the league, which leaves them on 21 points from their 15 games. In the last 5 games, the Kaizer Chiefs have 3 wins and 2 losses. The last game out was the loss versus Orlando Pirates in the Soweto derby. A game that Tito Panenka, I creo que Panenka. Guys, King Panenka ka Situ. King's Panenka Kaskasi. He Panenka, the goalkeeper, Ubuma for a 1-0 win. Before that, Kaizer Chiefs beat free agents 4-0 in a home game. Then, of course, Amazulu are coming from a 2-1 win versus Supersport United. Rev. Hi, Rev. Why are you in the way? Okay, Amazulu is coming from a 2-1 win versus Supersport United on the 1st of Feb. And before that, they played Mighty Eagles and they won 5-1 versus that team. In the last 5 games that these two teams have played together, Kaizer Chiefs has 2 wins, Amazulu has 2 wins, and there's been 1 draw. Then, of course, the last time they saw each other was the 23rd of September 2024, where Kaizer Chiefs ran out 3-1 winners. The starting lineups are as follows. You have Ofori in goal, you have Euster Phillies, you have Mpatlele Hanamub, you have Muchwari, Zungu Extin, you have Muremi, Kampindu, and Human. And then, of course, for Kaizer Chiefs, you have Buma in goal, Cross, Frosla, Miguel, and Dotley. You have Martin Kele starting as the central 2. Then you have Modi Shawalala, Morris, and Lilepo. Lilepo made a big part appearance in the game versus the Orlando Pirates as well as Kele. Kele took a little bit of time to get adjusted to the game, but he does look like a good player, whereas Ulilepo, in that short cameo, gave us everything that we thought we wanted from a winger in the PSL. So very, very interesting that both of the new boys are starting. It looks like they're saying that it's a 4-4-2, but it does seem like it is a 4-2-3-1. And we'll see what Morris and Lilepo bring to this game. Coached, of course, by Nasruddin Nabi. And then, of course, Amazulu has Zwani 10-1. Atazwane coming back to this game, and then also Vusmuzi Vilakazi, Coach Vusmuzi Vilakazi, Coach Kanu, also there. Azintabi Dumela, I'm Clem Teta, Malume Kutso Mara. Mara gave order. But it's fine. I think some Champions says no need for GNU and watching Chiefs. Hi, guys. The GNU must come together for the good of the country. Load shedding is back. Only one team can lower the price of petrol and bring us consistent electricity. That is the Kaizer Chiefs. But anyway, guys, let me start here.
Hello, hi. How are you?
Dumelang. Now I'm coming in proper. Dumelang. Let me start off with my betters. Hey, Panthers, nitin ngale game.
The game has changed today. There's betting, there's all these people are emotional.
People are emotional, and I want to know what your emotions are saying about this game. Okay, here comes Chiefs. Okay, there comes the counter. It's always a struggle to score against the Fore. Why we are stadium? Ausintabi. Linnankeke stadium. Make shebe team ya man. Man. I even got onto the pitch at some point during the derby. I got onto the pitch and I was able to take some content. Guys. Man, every now and then. Can't be you guys having fun all the time. We're seeing full capacity FNB Stadium. Blame Orlando Pirates. Blame Orlando Pirates. That's the reason why there's nobody here. When is the MacG podcast? Oh, yes, guys. Announcement. I've got a show on MacG's Podcast and Chill Network. It's called Onside, the Banter League. We're going to be airing the shows. The shows are going to come out on Fridays at 3 p.m. So that is what's going to happen. And then, of course, there's going to be a little bit of a schedule change on the Overthinking Football show, where for the next month or so, the Wednesday show is going to fall away, but I will be live on Friday. So it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Oh, thank you, Shembe. No, it was great, Malume Kutso. It was great. Well, from where I was sitting, it was great. We had some good seats, so it was great. The atmosphere was amazing. Yeah, I think luckily it didn't boil over. You know, it's always a touch and go situation, and the Chiefs fans left very quickly. Yay, what jumping fast. The game ended and they were nowhere to be seen. But I think that sort of helped. I didn't like the congestion at the end. And you know, the normal stadium thing, I think I only got back home because we couldn't even leave the stadium like that. So yeah, still with the stadium issues that we have been facing here in South Africa for a while, whether it be a bunch of people that maybe didn't get tickets. I saw tickets being sold outside. That was very weird. But anyway, people who didn't buy tickets crowding the stadium, whether it be the pitch, look at the pitch, you know, we're still having a makazi effect. Kwako FNP. So, hey, taki bafana. Score prediction. Again, I'm asking the Panthers. The Panthers are not telling me. So I felt a lingering fear. Look, what I told people was that I think the danger was going to be if Pirates lost, or if Chiefs lost big. That was going to be the lingering danger that you worry about. You could tell even at the end of the game when you were watching people leaving that even that process, anything could happen. People were throwing cups up into the upper stands, up into the mid and upper stands. At the end, the people I was sitting with had to jump and leave early. Hey guys. But there's always that lingering threat. For some reason, in all the years of EPSL, we haven't been able to really tie down stadiums and stadium culture. Maybe it's a blessing that our stadiums are not full on a regular basis, because you can just see that there's something missing. But anyway, guys, back onto the game. Amazulu Chiefs. Seems like Morris is taking up the striking role, which is crazy because Morris, I believe, is more of a old school Gavin Hunt cross striker. No, man. Magnetic. But he 1-1, 3-1 Chiefs. Thank you for the number. But Chiefs is shaking 2-1. No, beauty, I'm trying, man. Hat-trick for Zungu. Keletso. Alcohol is a problem at stadiums. People get overly excited. Is it alcohol? Or is it the tradition of stadiums? Because, you know, in order to change a behavior, you have to be very strict at times. And if you want to make South African fans, quote unquote, South African football fans behave, I think you have to be a lot more stricter within the stadium. I think you have to go above and beyond when it comes to security, even if it's going to cost you a little bit more, in order to teach people how to behave. We're not going to all wake up and know what to do at stadiums and how to behave and how to move and how to do all of those things. We're going to have to be taught. You know, when you go to some of the games of other sports, you see marshals all the way up. You see security all the way up. You see the type of access, the way people move, the way you see it everywhere. They teach you how to behave. Then 3, 4, 5 years from now, you'll see people acting differently. But it's because you were a little bit strict at that time when you were establishing this thing. I feel like we're a little bit lax in that regard. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. How are you doing, DJ Nuts? Second time stays in the way. Yeah, the ref, man. I saw that one in the box where there was a shot that was meant to be taken and we couldn't do it. Oh, Cross, watch the blind run. Cross, watch the blind run. That is just a little bit off of the game. Like, he's just a little bit off of the pace of the game, which is to be expected. This happened to Blom as well. Draw, much more improved Kaizer Chiefs, taught how to behave at stadiums. How do you in the daily lives? Oh, I'll give you one. I'll give you one. Here's one. A lot of people stay in estates, complexes, very, very strict places. You behave because the environment makes you behave. You move into here, you move into an estate and you go there, and because there's more security, because there's more gardening, because they report, because they do all of that stuff, you start behaving. You have to then, like I'm saying, increase security, increase marshals, increase those things, stamp out the stuff as it happens. And as you start going, I would be the worst person because I would be strict as hell. If a game starts at 3:30 and 4 o'clock hits and people are still coming in, what's going to happen next time? People are going to arrive early. Or it's going to become the norm that if you want to go watch the game, you're going to go. And those that say that they don't want to go watch the game and don't want to be arriving before, the ones that want to go with their families and all of that stuff, they'll go too. Like, you have to be stricter, I believe, if you want to change a culture. But anyway, free kick Amazulu on the edge of Chiefs' box. Back to the game. What's the score? Cele half turn is good. Not sure if you saw he slipped though. Do you think Chiefs will win here? It's an up and down game. I want to see how Amazulu is going to handle this because the teams are pretty much in the last 5 games. They've both got 3 wins and 2 losses. So I want to see how Amazulu plays the game. There have been rumors. That Amazulu is looking to get rid of Coach Kanu and Coach Zwane. Well, not get rid of, just not renew the contract since it's ending at the end of the year. And apparently they're looking at European coaches. But I don't know. We'll see. Lilepo is comfortable on the ball. With these frustrating fouls, I foresee another penalty. Mteto to score. Here's something. Spectacular Spady. Can I ask you something? Mteto was on the bench for this game. Nabi, before the game, spoke about how 2 days is not enough time for you to prep the players, get them over the Pirates game, get them over the amount of exertion that they had to give to that game because it's a big game, right? Are we now maybe seeing that Mteto is a very important player for Kaizer Chiefs, and some of the work he does goes unnoticed? And I know it's still early, it's 12 minutes in, it's not a long time yet. Mara, can we say that maybe we're starting to see that the difference of having Mteto in the midfield and having Akele and Mart? And Ukele, you can't necessarily blame him, but Mart, we know what he is at this point, you know? So I don't know, maybe as the game goes along, some of those questions will be answered. Oh, wait. Clear it. How about 2-1 to Kaizer Chiefs? It's a possible scoreline. 1-0 maybe. It looks tense on the Amazulu bench. Sandile Mteto to score. Zungu Mnandi. Yeah, we could have had Zungu, guys. That's another thread that we can pull here. We could have had Zungu in that Mteto role. Would that have made a difference? As on the build-up, Sele should be a lot more comfortable than a lot of the other players. Back passes. Yeah, the Chiefs versus the Pirates, what we're seeing a lot of was them turning around when they were in attacking spaces. Uh, 13 minutes in, guys, 0-0. Just follow the timer. Remember, interactive show, halftime. I'm going to let 5 people in. We'll have a conversation about whatever's happening here. And then, of course, then if we can get to 35,000 likes, I'll keep it open. And we can go on. Guys, khante ale sapotani. Why don't we support? Come and fetch the ball, someone. Not a move, no. Now can somebody open up for cross before he's asked to make a weird pass? Here's another thing. I don't think Modi is comfortable playing this type of wing. I think Modi likes inside wing, sort of like an inside forward type role. He doesn't like playing outside wide. You know, I think he's more dangerous when he's running at the defense centrally or doing that thing where he cuts inside and takes a shot. But out wide, it's too much. But also, I guess you bring him out wide so that you can have support for crossman. Shem, crossover. Look. Morris is going to have a tough time at Chiefs. Morris is going to have a tough time at Chiefs. If he's an in-box striker who's waiting for crosses, like what he was doing at Supersport, if he's an in-box striker like that, he's going to have a very tough time. Go Chiefs. Many excuses from Nabi these days, says Prati. No, I don't know. Zungu, congratulations. Thank you, Lonabo. Chiefs 2-0. Thank you, Kotano. You could have had Zungu from where? From Timu. I thought Sundowns playing today. No, they're playing tomorrow. It's a new lineup. It's different hosts. So it's me and two other guys. I'm feeling sleepy already in this weather. Agent. Hey, it's GNU. That's because we lost to Pirates. Now the GNU wants to sleep. Oh, ulala khona manje. Nhlakanipho. I-on manje. I-on. But the full stadium. Lelona full stadium has to be again a meeting of big teams, a meeting of star teams. Maybe not the star teams. 6 attempts from Chiefs, 3 on target. I always say this Chiefs team gets into the box. My decision making and the finishing lets them down proper. You think about that chance that Modi got versus the Pirates in like the first 2 minutes, I think it was. There's no service. Amazulu is well equipped. We'll win this bro 3-0. Zwane wants to prove a point. Is Cele a CDM? I don't think so. I think Cele is more of an 8 than a CDM. Essentially, we're playing with 2 8s right now. But also, if we're being honest, there aren't that many CDMs in the league. Like pure CDMs. You know, Mteto's probably one of the only ones. And Nai, I think he's playing that position because of necessity. Halfway through the season, OT, do you think Nebi has he starting it? No. Nebi thinks he has time. Malume Kuza was speaking about the stadium and the lingering feeling. I have a feeling that if Tito had scored that goal early, if Pirates had maybe doubled up and maybe hit 2 or 3 goals, if Mabas had finished off those chances, he would know how quickly things can turn at Kaizer Chiefs. So Iparapaga did us a favor there. Oh, on goal. The threat of Morris. You see what I told you? Cross the ball. I'm glad they crossed the ball to him. Kaizer Chiefs 1-0 up versus Amazulu. Kaizer Chiefs fans, you can stop shaking. Kaizer Chiefs fans, you can stop shaking. Your team is leading 1-0. A ball played in. It's more of an on goal than it was Morris. But the threat of Morris being there, I'm sure Ranga's sitting on the bench thinking to himself, why don't you guys do this for me? Up God, I see what you do for other kids. Okay, ball played in behind the Amazulu defense, chipped back in. Ofori. Misjudged the flight of that ball. Oh, no more Hey, does he have some Velimoto in him? Okay, let me not be rude, but Velimoto is a good keeper. He's just going through a tough time. But oh, Patel, our agents are working. Patel, he gave us that goal. Okay, let's see. Whenever I see Martha, I just fall asleep like agent. Problem is you're playing against free agents. Hi, Prasem. Tawina. Asnandaba. What's happening in Pretoria? What do you mean, Kendrick? Looming long time ago, this game, agent. Agent. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. Please, in the comments.
Allegedly.
We're actually passing the ball nicely. Amazulu needs new goalkeepers. Good night, agent. Tomorrow. Papa was there. And Morris has the twin there. Ukona. Not twinila. Ukona. Uye. Marawa says, I'm a minute behind. We're getting better. I like. They were delaying crosses. Thank you, Patlele. Aldali Pelao. Ay, man. Segeleni, man. I need Mori to come to the party. Who scored? It was an on goal. It was an on goal. Or did he get a touch? Eventually. Atazwan is not ready to coach top teams. Can I ask you something about that, Prati? If we say that Atazwane is not ready to coach big teams, do coaches like Atazwane get a proper chance at coaching big teams? Because if you look at the job here at Amazulu, he arrived after plenty of games had been played. I think Pablo Franco Martin had already taken maybe 7 or 8 games. 7 or 8 games or something like that. You arrive then, the transfer window, yeah, you get some signings, but you don't know if it's yours. Your contract is 6 months. It's ending at the end of the year. So do they get the chance to coach properly? Look at Nabi. Guys, do you understand how many players Chiefs signed? Look at the starting lineup. Cross was signed this year. Miguel was signed this year. Dudley was signed this season. Sale was signed this season. Morris was signed this season. Lepo was signed this season. Serino was signed this season. Blom was signed this season. Sam was signed this season. He got injured and left, ne? And then got loaned out. Anyway. Look at how many people you've signed and brought in. Do you think Chiefs would give Atazwane the chance to go and do that? Do you think that the fans would allow Atazwane to go and do that, would give him enough patience with how Chiefs was performing? I mean, right now, number 5 in the league, where Atazwane finished 15 games played halfway through. 6 wins, 3 losses, 6 draws. Right? You've lost almost half of your games. You conceded as many goals as you've scored. Would you give Atazwane the same time and reverence if he was still at Chiefs and he was doing this? So are we being a little bit unfair? I don't know. What do you guys think? I think on goal by Ofori, I think they don't get enough chance. Yeah, reps. But Zwane is co-head coach, so why blame him only? He's the name. But both of them are in the same situation. Their contracts are ending at the end of the season. 6 months contract Zwane no vilakazi ucoach kan. Here comes Amazulu. Here comes Amazulu, and they score. There we go. When you score, you concede. Umthetho akekho, and you're starting to see how important Mthetho is. Agent. Hey, Tamuraman. You said you were sleeping, please. You said you were sleeping. I can't show you guys. Copyright. Maybe one day so you sign it Petway. One day so you let it Petway. Shama highlights, Shama key. But anyway, Ofori was released by a big team. Ofori saw stars instead of the ball. Maybe the problem is the coaches are parachuted into top teams. Only Kanu has earned. Even him. Think about it. A couple of months at Golden Arrows, they were top 2, I think it was. They were second on the log during his time with Mabuti Kanyeza. Chigi, he's at Chipa United. A couple of months as technical director. Chigi is at Richards Bay. Just to save them from relegation. Can you coach like that? Litolo Siema was coaching Polokwane City. Polokwane City is the top 5 team. Leaves under suspicious circumstances. Has to go and join his Kukune in the middle of the season, suspicious circumstances. Can you coach like that? Kopo takes Chipa United first part of the season, or for last part of last season, first part of this season. Contract expires mid-season. Now Thabo September is to take over midway. Mabuti Kanyeza takes the first part of Golden Arrows after last season. Coach Steve came in at some point, jumped out. Now it's Kagisho Dikhashi and Musa Bilankulu. Is that a way to coach, guys? Is that a way to coach? What are you expecting from the coaches? And again, I ask, will you give the same leeway to Abo Atazwane, Abo Siema, Abo Puti Mohafe, Abo Kwanele Kopo that you give to Abo Nabi? But we're not there. Anyway, 1-1. His school fees, Amazulu need a new goalkeeper, Iko Fori. But does Zwane have the experience to coach big teams? I'm awake. I said 1-1. Ditlokwe is being missed. I said this in the group. And do you know what I like about Ditlokwe? I was explaining this to somebody at the stadium. What I like about Ditlokwe is that he doesn't have a natural attacking instinct. So he tends to be a calming figure at the back. Even when he was playing with Msimang. So what happens is, look at Cross's movement. Cross wants to get up the pitch. And when Cross gets up the pitch, Modi forgets about what his defensive responsibilities are as a wing. And then Miguel is excited and Dottley is excited to go and meet danger. You see the positioning for the goal that Amazulu scored. It was because there was excitement. Ball watching, wanting to be in part of it, running to try catch the ball. There's no discipline there. And what Pitokwe gives you is a guy who you tell him you are left back today, and he plays left back. Doesn't go up, doesn't do too much, just stays in his role. There's a lot of tactical ill-discipline and positional ill-discipline in the Kaizer Chiefs. A lot of it. And that's what causes them to be 1-1. But anyway, Chiefs, this is the Chiefs we know. Oh, is that who was crossing that ball? Oh, yo. I'm due. If you can count on Chiefs, you'll get something. Mistakes in midfield. It's game on, should be an interesting game. Zwane was the Chiefs development at Boom, first team coach at Chiefs. Hashtag privileges. Mari was assistant. He was assistant for a while. I believe he was assistant under Middendorp in 2019. Assistant under Gavin. Took over the team for the last part of the Champions League, then was assistant under Stuart Baxter for the 2 months that Stuart Baxter was here. Then he was head coach. He finished 5th, our highest finish since Middendorp. Then he was moved out and he was brought in and he was taken to assistant. No, he's been there. He was development coach now recently when they were trying to hide him. Where is the train that was parked on Saturday? Train Pirates specifically, man. Oh. Already underrated. Kwanele Kopo is back to cheaper. Oh, is it back to cheaper? Okay. Same situation as Kukune. Kwanele Kopo, okay. Otigunzi Malana wanted to give free passage, but hey, can we challenge Chiefs as overthinkers? Guys, I'm telling you. I wonder if we can find a funder. I want us to start overthinking FC, overthinking football FC, or overthinking FC. Or maybe I must really aim the thing, overthinking GM FC. There's a lot of great players and minds and people here. Let's see. We can go SAP. Or if we can get someone taking status spawn. Bilankulu and Dikhashi is the disaster, Sezuvelile. Muremi human, nice combo. Tato says for as long as Mart is playing, we'll always leak in midfield. I said at the beginning of the thing, aren't you going to miss Umtetwa? Umtetwa was starting to make that position his own. His own. And I understand Coach Nebi said some of the guys need to rest, heavy game that they played. They're still going to play on Friday. But maybe you start to see how important that player is. Umart doesn't stay with CDM. Modi is swallowed by this game. Ditlokwe is leading from the left. Lilepo links up now. Lilepo's a player. Shoshoros are trained. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Guys. Zwani took us to the final, and then in the final, they decided to give it to Stuart Baxter. As Kali, as Yalila. We got a good central mid now. We need a good central attacking mid. Shabalala is bad. Look, Tato. This is what I always say about Chiefs. You can't fault them for the effort. Oh. Yeah, you can't fault them for the effort. They run. The boys run. They give effort. They give everything. They're all over the place. They at the end of the game, they're sweating. But if you don't have a conductor, a director in the middle, somebody who's going to trap the ball and make the decision. You know, it's nice when you're a 10 at Kaizer Chiefs and you've got the ball, Du is running, Modi is running, Morris is keeping the center backs busy or whoever's up front to freeze. And all you have to do is either pick where to go. That's where Serino was so important this season and why he was shining so much. Because we had a director. We don't have a director. We have effort. That's why we have 350 chances, but nobody can finish them. That's why we have 350 chances, but when you watch the game, when they get into the box, shemi chance yakona, imnandi mara, they're not quite there. And that's the reason I believe that our defense is struggling. There's no cover for that defense and midfield. But anyway, Afanda. Yeah, lyrical pop, Afanda. We will have 200 coaches, 0 players. We'll play CDM and agent. Hi, guys. Don't Chiefs get 50 million from Vodacom? No. I was talking about our funders, like my team. And we're going to be starting, guys. We're going to start a team if we can get the money together. Thank you, Loaz. Hunt took us there. No. Hunt took us to the quarterfinals. He was fired before the semis. Atazwani was head coach for the 2 Wydad games. He's the one that won those games. Gavin Hunt had already been fired by that point. Gavin took us to the quarters. He won the quarterfinals, then he got fired. There's cross-watching Cele play. Cele is an N2 Shem. But it's not a CDM, guys. See. Cross pulled out. Celebrating effort. You bet 400, Butlali. 400 on who? Being busy doing nothing is futile. Exactly. What is my quote? You can be busy, but are effective. There's a difference between being busy and being effective. Kale has the yellow card now. It's going to be tough. I'm technically going to come on second half. As Nebi's the plumber, his technical team is better than him. You know that's funny. If I can get it to conspiracy, you know that's funny. You know, when you watch the game at the stadium, you get to see the fans, the benches and the players. And you see some frustrations when they make runs and nobody passes. Like Chain is very slow in picking up the runs. But anyway. There was a point where Yusuf Ben Khalil, the assistant, and Nebi were fighting. Nebi was standing on the line and Khalil was by the bench. So if you watch them, everybody's coaching at Chiefs. Everyone coaches, everybody's pointing. There was a point where Nebi turned around and he shouted at this man. They had a bit of a thing, and my guy was like, let me sit down because I know who's the head. And I was like, yeah. I'm trying to Ben Khalil, I'm not going to lie. Stellenbosch in midfield, no way. Remo, Stellenbosch. Are you talking Stellenbosch as 88, 10, double 10? Are you talking like Stellenbosch base of mid? Tawang says, Chiefs is playing nonsense football, says Percy. We have a big problem in the middle. N4, Mark will play 90 now. Mr. Oti, please remind the overthinkers to renew their membership. Hi, guys. Yeah, membership is no longer running through YouTube. If you want to be a member of Overthinking Football, there's a link there in my bio on TikTok where you can go. There's an account there. The membership is 50 Rand a month. And we're a little bit stricter this year with those who are contributing and not contributing and stuff like that. So, please join. There's also a season ticket. So if you can pay 500 Rand into that account with your name, the name you want to appear. So there's going to be a screen that appears here with everybody who's contributing. if you the name you want to appear, and your cell phone number. The membership is a WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group is where we debate more than anything. So if you want that, 50 Rand a month or 500 Rand for a season ticket, and you get access to me and a lot of incredible minds that are also contributing towards building this platform, right? So yeah, please join the membership, guys. Join the membership. And we loan Nabi. Why do you wanna? So it seems I have been blocked. Eban. It seems I have been blocked. Wait. This is insane. Sorry, guys. I'm just letting everybody know that I have been blocked until the 7th of February. Oh, Morris with a shot there. But we'll continue on. We'll continue on. And we'll go from there. Yeah, man. Gambling. Okay. So yeah, Chiefs has been playing an interesting game. So I'm gonna continue for those on YouTube. Currently 1-1. Currently 1-1. 36 minutes in, Chiefs had a chance there with Umoris. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just trying to just gather my evidence here for my appeal. Here comes Kaizer Chiefs again. There's no direct creator for Kaizer Chiefs, and that is part of the problem. Part of the problem is that Kaizer Chiefs is building, but you don't know exactly where they're going to go with the ball. Versus the Pirates, there was something that was happening that was really interesting. They were turning around a lot in areas where they could have gone to go score. And yeah, it's concerning. It's concerning, especially versus that Paris team. But it's also going to be concerning in this game, knowing that we need to feed Morris balls. So we need to be crossing to Morris because he's that type of striker who comes from that type of team. Supersport United is that type of team that crosses the ball a lot. Gavin Hunter has made no qualms about this. He said that he's trying to get his players to go overseas, and them going overseas is contingent of them knowing how to do European things, which is crossing, which is all those types of stuff. So very, very interesting on that, in that regard. Let me just open up on YouTube so I can just follow the comments on that side. Yo, Cele. I feel like Cele is having the same problems as Blom had. Blom seemed to be a little bit behind the pace when we were watching him play these games, when he came back to SA. Mazo, thank you, Mazo. Heban, play the game. I can't play the game, guys. I don't have the rights to play the game. I'll show the For those who are new, this is a watch along, guys. Okay, here comes Chiefs again on the counter. There's this thing they do where they don't come back and fetch the ball. Nobody's fetching the ball and helping out. And it's really exposing the defense because they end up having to do some really interesting things with the ball at their feet. For example, you see what Cross had to do there. Now, if you play that, let's say there was no foul, where does Modi go from there? And all you have to do really with Chiefs is almost slow press them. Bring up your line, gangan, as they're playing the ball there at the back. Put it in. As they're playing the ball there at the back. And you'll probably get that ball back. You'll probably win that ball. So, I'm a little bit frustrated, honestly speaking, with Kaizer Chiefs and the way that they play at times. I'm still not sure exactly what Nabi's trying to play. And I'm hoping that when Abu Sirino... Shut! Hi, guys. These are the chances we speak about. These are the chances we speak about. I'm blocked on TikTok, Mohammed Edward. I'm blocked on TikTok. Somebody reported me for apparently gambling. So I'm blocked on TikTok right now. But we are going to continue on YouTube and just carry on with the game and go from there. Okay. Actually, here come Chiefs again on the counter. 41 minutes in. It is 1-1. Crossler can't be so high. And Cross be so high. Look. Nobody wants to pick up the ball. Nobody wants to pick up the ball. Okay. Play it. They create chances. They just don't finish. They create chances. They just don't finish. Okay, guys, I'm going to try something new. We are still live on YouTube. I've been blocked from TikTok. So I want, let's make it a watch party. It's 1-1, 42 minutes in. How are you feeling about this game?
Oh, members privilege. Eh?
Sorry. I've been sent to correct that statement. It's members, paid membership, and their spouses.
Let's stick to the game, man. Live. 1-1. Guys, is Nabi the coach that everybody says he is? Theo.
Hey. No, the game so far so good. Lille, Mr. Lollipop. That guy was into OTP, that to them, Sereno. Sundowns must just white team and celebrate what we have. Mr. Lollipop. Yeah, but
Limiten Mangena, guys. Limiten Mangena.
Uvelile Nkosi yami, ngoba Nkosi yami Grey Pirates sesiphela lokho nje. Hayi, yes. Hayi,
Asikhisini gents, awu.
Manje Theo, ngifuna ukubuza wena as the Chiefs fan here. How do you feel? Lily Alcin Tabi and everybody were Chiefs fans, but I'll start with Theo. Theo, 1-1, team yako is still creating, mara goal difference is still 0.
no, it's unfortunate though. See, we are playing good football. When you shine in piano, combination play. Unfortunately, it's just that we are struggling with scoring at the moment because we look at the half chances that Shabala had. If we score those chances, it's a different ball game. But other than that, I think the guys are doing good just to control the game. Amazulu Mawa attack, they are mindful, they are full back, they don't come back, they just stay there. So I feel like second half, we bring in Serino, then the game will totally change. Yeah, but so far so good. I'm not worried.
Makhosi, ke batla ho qala ka lona man. Alcin Tabi, o bonang gaming in?
I thought the way the bapetseng hantle ka teng le Pirates was willing hore mona ka nna ka tsamaya ka bo 5-0. So nna ke tsebe na Chiefs a ntle mokgwana jwang goba the weekend ba re bontshitse hore ba ka etsa ntho engwe le engwe ne ba bapala hantle ba itshwere Pirates 90 minutes hore today ho neleng nna ke se Lulu ke kgola wena wa tseba gel o go teka tsona.
A ke tsebe ke ba go batlang go kena. Lulu.
And then why are you putting me under the bus all the time? After time. Oh, Mr. Oti.
I think you go to my darling. How
No, man, so far so good. I'm not worried. We are playing good football. Then we'll see. I don't want to talk too much, but so far so good, Mr. Oti.
Okay. No, guys, I'll leave it open. Guys, feel free to jump in when you have some thoughts about this. We're gonna try this new thing, so feel free to jump in and tell me what you think. Stereophonic, do you wanna jump in there?
You know what? I understand. On the ball, we are okay.
Yeah.
But off the ball, I mean, if you saw we conceded, that was just. That one I was already holding my head like, here we go again.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not impressed with Chiefs off the ball, but on the ball we are trying. Let's just put it this way: we are trying.
Tell me about the midfield, though. Tell me about the midfield. Kele and Mart, is that a combination we want to see going forward?
No. Hey, Ndota. Mart, you know, you can tell he's still adjusting to the pace, but then based on what we're seeing, yeah, he's not ready, but I wouldn't mind putting him there. But then Mart, same new match, same Mart. You know, so I don't know. I don't understand why couldn't we put Mato.
No,
but
Mato's not even on the bench.
I understand this. It's Chef Nabi is trying another ingredient, but that ingredient, Mart, you got a soap and mainstream, man.
Le Motsepile, Nabi.
Motsepile. I've given all Chiefs coaches since after Middendorp the benefit of doubt. So, yeah, you know what? All I can say is that it could have been worse. So I'm trying to be as positive as I can.
Okay. I'm sure Coach Atta wished for this positivity agent.
Yeah, no, it's called privilege. I'll keep it much. No, man. I think the player that you mentioned, I heard that he had a minor injury, hence he's missing today's game. What is his name, Ghana? You guys mentioned right now. Motaung, yes, had a minor injury, and yeah, that's why he's missing. But you know, there's a very interesting experiment that they once tried. I think in the US, if I recall well, and it was all about, you know, that as a person, sometimes you go one step forward, if let's say you save money, and in the same motion, you increase overspending, you know. So it's one of those things where with Chiefs, you go one step forward and then next game you're 2 steps back, you know, which I think is frustrating for the coach. You know, sometimes I feel for the coach that you see particulars against Pirates and then you come to this game, you're like, yeah, on the ball you improved, but other areas threat and otherwise is not, yeah, you know. But what I can say is a much improved side compared to last season. You can see the impact of Lollipop. Clearly, I think he needs to be substituted out, you know, but Tickets are creating chances as always. And then, yeah, let's see.
Mara,
Yeah.
is it much improved, agent? Is it much improved? I mean, hey, the stats say that.
I mean, for me, if you look at the clear-cut chances, besides the Howrah by Foreign, you look at there was a shot by Lollipop. That's a clear chance that Ofori used his leg. There's another one by this boy, the DDC boy. So you guys are taking cut opportunities. I think I'll be more worried if you guys are not taking chances. But the fact that you guys are taking chances, it will get there. It will get there.
Okay, I mean, I want to ask everybody the question: wasn't this the same under Zwane? Zwane had chances. His team couldn't get over the line. He finished number 5 now. Mara simprizanga like this.
Don't forget, I want to give you something, OT.
Yeah.
Let's go 12 months back. After December 2023, until the end of that particular season, out of 16 games, we only won 2.
Yeah.
We only won 2. And the rest were just defeats, where I even mentioned the first time I was even on the TikTok live. I was like, at some point, it looked like we were just there. We were just in it for him. We've left it in God's hands.
Yeah.
So after that kind of Kaizer Chiefs-based violence and abuse, then you come back to a slight improvement. Obviously, we'll forget about Zwane because of the disaster we had with Motsepe and Johnson. And then we come back to Nabi, and then we sort of, it seems like because we were on the bottom and the only way was up. So any form of positivity will be taken because of that. That is my theory.
Okay. It is halftime, guys. It is halftime. A game that is 1-1 at halftime. And Kaizer Chiefs scored first through an on goal from Ofori, misjudged the ball, and then he's been having a stinker on that side. Then, of course, Amazulu scored with a ball straight down the middle that was played down the middle and scored that way. So we're currently sitting with Amazulu 1 and Kaizer Chiefs 1. I don't know, guys. I mean, Theo, I feel like, man, we're making excuses, man.
But can I say something? I feel like I've been underestimating Amazon. But do you see Ben Montwari? Do you see Active? Do you see the boy that I don't like so much, but now I'm starting to like him, Muzungu, in the middle of the park?
Yeah.
But he's relaxed. He's not even running Muzungu. He's just like you saw in his experience, the way he gets the ball. He's not even doing that much, of which I wish that's what Matt would be doing. Just be a thinker, don't be like a hard worker for no reason. I love what he used to say, he's busy, but there's no productivity. You look at Utsele in that middle of the park. Yes, it's trying to play combinations, but obviously, will be selling. So for me, I think if we started with Ox as a deep 6, as we pick against the Pirates, then we free Utsele. And then Nabu Shabalala, they go forward. But I'm impressed with Lepo. He's doing very well on the side. Umodi is quiet. I don't like you. It's like he's not even in the pitch. When you look at the Modi that was there Saturday, and then the Modi that is here today, different kind of Modis. Umori is running around. I wish he could just take one step and just stand up there. And then I want to leave the Bamja because man, that was supposed to be the Lepo's ball. Yet he was already running to it, but the Lepo team, that's why I'm saying apart. But I'm impressed with how he's moving the ball. I'm not playing football today. Shushan and Piano is on point. Combination plays on point. And I'm a bit worried with the Umlu, man. I'm sorry to say this, but his recovery is very bad. And it's making Udoni look poor or look as if like he's undecided and none. But in the middle of the park, second half we bring in Ox, and I know they're gonna take out Kaizer because it's on the card and he just made a foul now. So I feel like he might get the red card if he continues. I would think if he can take out Kaizer, bring in Ox, then free Matakupuge, but I don't know what he's gonna offer us going forward. But yeah, other than that, I think the game is compact. We'll win it. No matter what. Then take over the Michael first half. At least it's in.
Thank you. But I'm banned for gambling. You wait, you. Let me go to Lebza. Lebza, you wanted to jump in? How Lebza?
Lebza is busy with
Sorry, hey, I have to ke robatse ngwana, that's why ke ne ke sa mutile nyana mo. But all I can say kore Chiefs they pull a defensive masterclass against Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
And then wafitla Amazulu. Chiefs scores, then relaxes. And like after that defensive masterclass, I thought because against Pirates, you couldn't see Bomofokeng, Tito. Tito tried doing the skilly next in Cook, ball. So today, maybe Gaura Ahona Babaling hyped or Ring, Banoba relaxed. Somehow they don't have the drive to play against a team.
What I'm hearing from you is that Chiefs has become, you know, they always used to say small teams up their performance when they play versus Chiefs. Is now Chiefs doing that when they play versus Sundowns and Pirates, and then forgetting that thing when playing against Chiefs.
But you can't say they up their game when they play against Sundowns. Which one? The last game was 4-0. Let's not try and put lipstick on a pig. So, I'm sorry, we can't say that. They pulled their socks when they were playing against Pirates, or maybe Pirates wasn't as lethal as we thought Pirates is. One of the two is true. Either Chiefs pulled up their socks in the derby, or Pirates was not as lethal as people make them to be. One of the two is true. And that's where my statement ends.
Okay. And Tabeleng. Tabeleng, are you with me? Okay, let me jump in. So, I'm looking at the stats right now. Kaizer Chiefs 1-1, obviously, 1 goal each. Kaizer Chiefs has had 10 shots on target, 10 shots, 6 on target, whereas Amazulu has had 1 shot, and they've converted that 1 chance. Chiefs has 60% of the possession versus the 40% of Amazulu. I think what Chiefs, I honestly feel like Chiefs is a good, let's say, attacking team. But if you can counter-attack on them, they don't have the structure that they should have for a team of this caliber, quote-unquote, to the people on the pitch. I think that Kaizer Chiefs players are all excitable, and they all lose themselves at times during games. So you'll find the attackers, when you're attacking, Modi is now running on the right-hand side, Lilepo's running past him, you see Chabalala's getting ready to do this, and Morris is up front, and then you look over the other side and Cross is also pushing forward. But when it comes time to defend that movement, it's tough. I questioned Tsele and Mart starting this game because we saw a glimpse of that in the game versus the Pirates. And you can tell that both of them are not necessarily defensive players. So you're essentially playing with those 2 8s that also want to be part of the front line, but don't want the responsibility of coming back to pick up the ball. So you're seeing Chiefs struggle a little bit with that build-up. You're seeing them struggle a little bit with defending in central areas. I expect that Umthetho is going to come onto the pitch. Umthetho is going to have to come onto the pitch. I don't know who you sacrifice for Umthetho. Probably going to be Ucele and maybe push Mart a little bit up. I'd love to see Zwane and Sereno come in with Tetwa as the base of that midfield. That would be interesting. How do you guys feel like the two teams should go and approach this second half?
Let's start with Amazulu. No, you can go ahead, you.
No, okay, sorry, gentlemen. I feel like we here, we are all thinking that Amazulu guys is a poor team, but guys, Amazulu, Uzum, Igepo, all these guys, they are coming from big teams. Let's not forget that. So maybe Lenteloguti Chiefs will have a walk in the park is something that we need to think about after watching how they are playing first half. But as I said, Mina, take out, bring in Oxford, take out Chikwele. As time goes on, take out Shabalala, bring in Sereno, or take out Umodi, bring in Sereno. Let Shabala drift wide, then let Sereno be behind Umodi's not level. Other than that, take out Mlungu in the 7th, something means take out Mlungu because it's going to cost us very slow. Bring in I think we would have scored by then. You bring in TT, and then we don't shop, we win the game, okay, that's it.
Utingo Morris umelipola man.
Let him finish the game. Let him finish the game. That's what is good up there. He's gonna score. And why I'm saying he's gonna score, I like what Lilepo is doing. He's trying to drift so that he can come in, bring in those coaches. I was expecting the same thing from Umodi to do the very same thing, but it's unfortunate he's not doing that. But Umodi, for me, I will tell him, don't come back, don't drift aside, just stay up there. And then you will get a chance to score for sure.
Agent, second half. How should Chiefs attack this game?
I just go to Amazulu, because I feel like Amazulu has an opportunity to win this game. I think the first substitution that I would like to make, and because this defense will I don't know how quickly is the water with the yellow card, by the way, but it's fine. I think I would love God's power to come in, because I think he can bully that defense orthodoxly, I don't know if I'll take out women, because not offering a threat, because I want to play 4-4-2 with Gavin and God's power, either that or, because I feel like they can give out something, and I don't know if playing Ben and Zungu is the thing. Ben, Extin, Zungu, one of them has to come out for me, because I would like to put in Ethan Brooks. I think for me that would be my two substitutions on Amazulu's side. And then on Chiefs side, I think is the obvious one is to take Taylor out, bring in Teta. Take first the cross out, bring in TT. And then give it a minute, 60 minutes, and then I'll take out Umores. I don't think I would like to play him for 90, bring in Sereno. And then, I think those are the substitutions that I would put in for now. And maybe we'll put Zani, maybe later on for Shabalala. But I think I would love to see the shape of Amazulu changing a bit to 4-4-2, because I think we can make something out of this game. Yeah.
Can I ask you, Agent? When you look at Kaizer Chiefs, do you think that Coach Nabi is somebody who can play, who can make substitutions? Because for me, it seems like sometimes his subs are just for sub's sake and not necessarily to change the game.
I think he's not wrong, eh? He's not wrong. I think we even sit with the coach or say, sometimes that they come, maybe it's a white thingy, in everything, that sometimes they have pre-planned substitutions.
Yeah.
No matter how the game is flowing, you're gonna make the substitution, unless if maybe it's a question, and then maybe they can make that variation. But I think most of the time, most coaches have pre-planned substitutions, and so I think Nabi falls in that category. So I don't think that much is a problem, to be honest.
Okay. I don't know who else wants to jump in and give me their thoughts about where this game is gonna go.
Hey, evening.
Hello, Ku.
Yeah, now honestly, I took the call out of obligation, but it's funny because Chiefs here now honestly,
I have to admit, or it's playing well. Mara, knowing my favorite Chiefs, Lojewa.
Wow,
So
wow.
I'm
Please
going
say that again. Please say that
knowing my
again.
favorite Chiefs, Ujiwa. One. So
Wow.
I was excited to see Thabo Xela because unfortunately we can mona ne. The last
Yeah.
time I saw this guy play the in Brazil, whatever thing element, that's World Cup, the Summer Olympics, one. So
Okay.
I don't want us critique him too much because he's still finding his feet and also learning culture shock because the first time I won a club really disorganized so then I
Yeah,
club so give him time, he's gonna finish his career there. Not intentionally, he's gonna fall to the trap of cheesy career Zabato. But yeah, as for Amazulu, one shot, one target. They should continue doing that because now Chiefs
Yeah.
now confidence and they've got a chip on their shoulder. They want to prove to people who they are the bigger boys. Mara, the aren't as potent as Amazulu is because of if they were, they could be leading because I were like more of obviously there are some midfield hurdles the combination play I think basically but there are some positives if they could just focus on a
Yeah.
central striker and just be much more mature in the box. Chiefs can easily win it. Maragger we are naive. Arebana. Ara Jerry Chiefs is a go Chiefs. Are delusional.
Yeah.
Amazulu is gonna nick this one. Got 3-1 or 2-1.
Okay, okay. No, guys, the game is back on, and I'd like to announce that we're back on TikTok. So whatever happened didn't stick. So we are back on TikTok. So guys, for the group, I'm gonna close it, but I think I'm gonna do this more, where maybe we'll do a first half where everybody's together, and then we'll do a second half to let everybody else in.
Pretty privileged.
Privilege. I don't care. But anyway, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I was banned briefly, but my appeal went through. So we are back. Whoever went and reported me in jail, guys, it didn't work out. So let's see what's gonna happen. There has been a change by Kaizer Chiefs. Mteto has come on for Ushabalala, which is a very interesting change. I think Ushabalala, we've seen him come off the pitch a couple of times there. Guys, just let me know about my sound. Can you guys hear me properly? Because I saw on YouTube people are a little bit complaining there. Tabang, it's a gambling, but then I put in my appeal, and it's cool. We won the appeal very quickly. Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, that's perfect. So that is what happened right now. 47 minutes in, it is still 1-1. And we were just talking at halftime there with the group about what we're seeing in this game. And it's very interesting to see Kaizer Chiefs because I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to build up to. When you have Ushabalala on the pitch, at least you have a little bit of movement, which I would have loved to see Ushabalala maybe playing along with Bosirino when they come on and things like that. I think the more pertinent change for me was going to be that Kele change. Where Kele is going to would be taken off because I feel like him and Mart were not combining well at the base of that midfield. To be honest with you, as much as Kele is new as well, he is new, so you do give him a little bit of bail, but they weren't combining well. So Mteto is going to give a calming effect to the base of that midfield, and maybe you would have loved to see Shabalala running at the other side. But let me do this, guys. Since I was gone for a little bit, I'm gonna open it up. So please feel free to jump in and tell me what you think about the game so far. We'll just continue on with the watch party feel of today's live. So feel free to request. You have to be following me in order to request. Press the button at the bottom of your screen. I'll let you in and we can have a conversation about whatever it is that you are seeing over here. Bottom of your screen, it's a button that says multi-guest. Click on it and I will let you in. But you have to be following me. Remember, those who are new, the show is on every Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. But if Chiefs, Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, Bafana, Banyana are in action, we will be here doing the watch-alongs. Very interactive, so feel free to request and jump in. Okay, 48 minutes in. Chiefs started a little bit brighter there in the second half, but Amazulu is slowly clawing their way back into this. I don't understand the change of Shabalala off Mteto Ekmela Kipu Mart. That's what I'm saying. Look, the question that I asked the group before I closed the WhatsApp call was, does Nebi make the right changes? You know, we saw versus Orlando Pirates, the changes that he made sort of put the handbrake up for Kaizer Chiefs a little bit. You know, taking out Abu Tawalala, Abu Modi, taking out those players who were very active in the game. Now he's taken off Ushabalala, someone who we know can give us a little bit of something when we need it, especially in games like this, especially in a game when it's 1-1. I understand bringing in Umtetwa and having Umtetwa come back to the base of that midfield. Mara, what I don't understand is why take out Ushabalala and keep the others on. Let me just see who is here so we can have a conversation. I'll give you guys a minute or two to just tell me what you guys are seeing in this game. But I can't see the name. Welcome. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry, I can't see your username for some reason. Can you just tell me who you are, and then we can go there.
Oh, my name is Temikosi Ngomane, the game of football.
Okay, no, welcome, Temikosi. Temikosi, what are you seeing from this game, man?
Yeah, man. Coach Nabi, man, I'm super confused a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. How would you take a winger and replace him with a defensive midfield?
Yeah.
What else still you need defensive midfield like Umat? So what are you trying to play? And how are you trying to play? How are you trying to win the game?
Do you think that Coach Nabi struggles with subs in general? I'm just going to ask you, did you think he struggles with subs in general?
I think he struggles with the team in terms of understanding even his players, because he needs to understand his players first, so he would understand which style of play he needs to play.
He signed. Look, Chiefs has signed 8 players on top of everything. Is it a case that Coach Nabi needs to get a full team of his own?
Probably, so we can be able to blame him very well.
Yeah. Do you think that's a feasible thing?
I think so. Because now, when you look at Chiefs, the way how they play, they have all... No, I'm a Pirates fan, but I'm watching Kaizer Chiefs because I love football. But the way how now he sets up is really crazy, because he have like fast-paced wingers, but we were still like trying to play positional play, which I don't understand why he does that. Because I think Kaizer Chiefs is supposed to play more of a counter-attack like Liverpool. They need to press high as much as they can, so they win the ball, then they score.
So tell me, is it a case maybe that Kaizer Chiefs are trying to play too many footballs in one team? You're trying to build from the back at some point, you're trying to play wing play, you're trying to attack down the middle, you've got a striker who waits in the box and is waiting for a cross. Because I think. Okay, let me bring in Zwart for now. Zwart, can you hear me?
Yes, Oti, how are you?
I'm good, my brother. Tell me about this game. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, before I started the game, man, congratulations on the podcasting chill thing. The gig that you got there, man. Just so now. Yeah, but you deserve it, man. Just continue the great job that you're doing, and you got a lot of support, man. And back to this game.
Yeah.
Coach, how it's on, Oti? Coach, how it's on? Like, Mutono kare atla. It's almost spanning, but motor airing, man. It's like it's like he's told what to do. This man, he's not coaching. It's giving typical Rand South African club where everything I need, all you need to do is get a win or a draw, and whenever that is possible, we locked the game. Man, you playing against this Amazulu team. Yes, they were kind of good first half, but there's nothing special about this team. I mean, like you've said, Kaizer Chiefs is a team that creates opportunities, but just doesn't capitalize on all those opportunities. How many opportunities did we get first half? And we didn't kill him. And like, I don't know what's wrong with this guy. You continue playing. Maybe he saw that defensively, yes, we were kind of open there with that goal and how it came about. The midfield, they were good in terms of coordinating and being able to withstand the ball, but defensively they were bad. Maybe he just wants to add at that second defensive midfielder and just close up the game. But we're now killing our attack. It's just how do we go forward?
How long, Zot? Like every time we watch Nebi games, we have a lot of not complaints but corrections and things like that. How long do you stay patient with the coach?
It's always like that. Every single game, he scores 1-0, he puts in a defender. Scores 2-0, he puts in a defender. Karo rata defensive football. Mara and like I read udlala football man. Don't know what type of football is being played here at this team. Hey, yeah, ne?
Okay. Let me bring in. I give full stop fella Mona. I only say a full stop. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, man. Well, I totally disagree with the last speaker. I think Amazulu have been exceptional. The way they've set up, they've set up with a 4, and then sort of like a box midfield of a 4.
Yeah.
They've sort of set up with a box midfield of a 4 with Zungu and I think it's Motwari sitting. And then the quality of X-Teen is probably one of the best players in the PSL at the minute. So much quality there, playing really well. And then Human also relatively quiet, but very good as well. And then they've got a 2 with, I think it's Moremi up top. And then I don't know who the striker is, but playing very, very well. Dominating. Campindu, yeah. Dominating Kaizer Chiefs in the middle, really. And the coach bringing in Mteto makes sense if you think about it. But the change for me should have been for Modi, because Modi is not exposing Yosta, who's been very bad today, really. And resulting in Zungu, playing short half passes that are not full and these balls getting cut out. So I think the mistake was just taking out Mdu and not taking out Modi. And really, when you look at how Amazulu have set up defensively, they're not in a 4, but they're in a 5 sort of. They play with a back 4, 5 in midfield with 1 up top, which makes things very interesting. And I don't think Kaizer Chiefs got an answer. And especially looking at Thabo Cele, for me, playing champagne passes where it's not necessary, play the simple ball. That's what I expect of a 6. Play the simple ball, and he's not really doing that at all, Can
I ask you before I bring in Prasipo, can I ask you, if you were in charge of Chiefs and you were to set up the Chiefs team, what would that look like? Be successful for you, and what type of play would they play?
For me, the current Chiefs team for me had to play with a 3 at the back, because the coach doesn't trust the players. 1, I think the quality for them is with Frosla. Frosla has been possibly their best outlet today. He's probably their best outlet, and I would really, really play with the 3 and then play with the 2 in midfield, 2 sitting in midfield, and I'd go with this Lilepo guy. Looks like he has very good touches at the minute. The guy they just signed from Supersport looks very lively, making the runs in behind, playing really, really well for me, in my opinion. So I would play a back 3 because the coach doesn't trust the players. I don't think there's cohesion in the team yet, and it's sort of chopping and changing every week. Some days we're building from the back, some days we're playing long. We don't really trust, and I think they need to bring in Vilakazi. He is the most creative player they have, from set pieces, from sort of half box entry, sort of from the 18-yard line, being able to cross the ball into the box. He's the best at that for me. So I think Nabi today, the sub makes sense, but he just made the wrong player. He just took out the wrong player. Adding another midfielder makes sense because they're being dominated. but needs to add another winger who has a little bit more quality.
For time's sake, I'm going to jump in. Let me go to Uprasipo. Prasipo, 1-1.
Evening, my guy. Long time, huh?
Yeah, man. Long time.
Yeah, man. I've said it before. This is an experimental season, so we can only start judging him next season, like I told you. The only thing we asking is the result. Remember, Mr. Uta said is the result. You can lose to Pirates, Sundowns, Stellenbosch, but then when you come up against small teams, then it's a problem. But just look at the Pirates coach OT. We bought players for him. Do you think Ribeiro was the one who signed him? But we bought players for him. The only thing a good coach is to make with what you have and deal with it. And it's gonna be like this. Like I said, this season is an experimental season. And next season, that's when we're going to start coming in hard. But at the end of the day, Mr. OT, Chiefs has to go into the market and buy players. And then if those players will be available, because there seems to be a trend that when Chiefs needs those players are not available. And this season, the results have been inconsistent. Remember when...
Kimbo, we're losing 2-1 right now. Free header. But anyway, we're signing and signing. We've already signed 8 players this season. We signed 6 players last season. We signed 5 players. I'm getting to sign, guys.
That is why I'm saying, Mr. OT, from my football perspective, not as a supporter of any other team, this season is an experimental season. Only get top 8, and then next season start fighting for the trophies on the front. Because there is no magic wand. And unfortunately, Mr. OT, you have to sign players for him. He doesn't know the PSL players. Just like at Pirates, they sign players for you. There is no way they don't sign players for you. Where will have a Ribeiro known Mabena from? Magaola from? They sign players for you. You need to use those players and combine and try to make a competitive team. And that's what Nabi has been trying to do when I look at him. Because look at his lineup. It's not consistent. That shows that he's trying to...
But at some point, you have to look at him and say, you're halfway through the season. We get it experimental, Mara. Can we experiment? Maybe can you find an answer for now? Then you'll see your football next time, because
Mr. OT, that's what I'm saying. Take this season as an experimental season, because he's going to experiment all the time. Unfortunately, people may talk of quality, but like I said the last time, the quality that Chiefs have must be able to beat Magaz, must be able to beat TS Galaxy and all those small teams. Obviously, we'll struggle against Pirates, Sundowns, Stellenbosch, these tough teams. But Mr. Oti, let's just be honest. Now, if you fire the coach now, if you say you're not happy with the coach, then you get another coach. You see how they're even playing. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult. You see. So, but then the OT, let's take the positive out of Kaizer Chiefs. You have said it yourself. Kaizer Chiefs is scoring goals this season. Take that one. It's a positive one. They do score goals.
For time on the champion, just for a score update to 2.
Thank you.
How far is doing work for us? I don't know how or why, but Ofor is doing work for us. It was a shot that was off the post. Cross put it back in. Lilepo jumped up and Ofori put it into his own posts. From a non-dangerous position, we've now seen 2 goals that have come from Ofori mistakes. Richie, welcome. Richie. Okay, we'll come back to Richie. We'll see if she's back on. Let's go to see Soweto Chan. Soweto Chan.
Away, brother OT. I'm here, man.
What did you tell Ofori? What did your team say to Ofori?
I'm having PSD. Mos. He knows Kaizer Chiefs. He's shivering way right now. This one is scoring these goals. But
How do
for
you
our
feel?
team, man, I think Kaizer Chiefs is responding. Right. The Amazulu is a good team. We all know that, bro. They come, they score, they play beautiful football. But what I like about the Kaizer Chiefs today, they are responding. Yeah, well, they want to score. Like we can see them hitting the post and all of those. Just that today, I think it play is gonna be a bit different, Vele, because we're playing Maurice and we're playing Ulilepo. Those are new players in the team. So I expected this to happen, but I'm confident we're gonna win this game. Probably with 3-2. Yabona bhala uthi.
Mina
But
ngifuna ukwazi with all of these players that you signed, how are you going to play this game? Kahle kahle. And do you agree with Prasipo that this is just experimentation time?
I think coach is experimenting. I agree with him. I think he's trying to see ukuthi what can he do ngalama players now. Of course, we had Abu Saile playing on the wing. We had Uchiva Viro there. But look at the difference, OT. Look at the difference. Uchiva Viro akekho namhlanje. Look at what Umfethu Lo Morris is doing. He had opportunities. Of course, he missed some of those opportunities. The goal is debatable, but he's showing up. Yeah, I think Ulilepo, I haven't seen much of him through the game, but I think he's better. The signings are better, so it's an improvement for us. That's how I feel like, Coach. It's an improvement, and I think nje kuya phambili they will show us, and our combination izobakhona noma kanjani OT, because we still have Usirino, we still have Abozwane on the bench. So imagine all those combinations coming up. We still have Abo Dupreez. There's more coming. Man, I think we're gonna win this game. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Guys, please mute when you come in. Let me bring in CJ.
Alala.
Hey, how's it, guys?
Wait, guys, we're in order.
Who's talking when I'm talking?
CJ. I'll come to you the first.
Hey, don't talk. Yeah. You must pay attention. The showstopper is here. Mr. Oti, first and foremost, hey, what happened with the network? Hey, sometimes we see you, and then next thing we don't. I suspect the voodoo of Molomoko of the ghost is taking over.
Aye. No, they said I was
Listen.
gambling.
Oh, okay.
TikTok
Listen,
said I was gambling.
I think brilliant goals from Amazulu. Brilliant 2 goals.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Weakest link with Kaizer Chiefs, Pulemodi and Cross.
Okay.
They are the weakest. They have actually costing this team. And Mart is the third weakest link that has costed the first goal. I think the positioning of player personnel to deal with corners and set pieces costed the second goal, because I don't understand why they put Maurice to defend, and you could see that it's not a role that I think is used to. But anyway, in terms of playing, I understand what the coach is trying to do. I think Chiefs plays better with 1-6, that is Ox, and 2 8s that are playing half 10s. I think Chiefs controls the game a little bit better when they are playing with 2 8s, whether it's Samkelo Zwane and George Matlo, or in this second half you opted with Mart and Icele. I think there was a confusion between those two as to who's the 6 and who's the 8. Sometimes Icele holds the midfield, sits on top of the defenders, and sometimes it's Mart. And I don't think they were as effective as I was anticipating them to be, which I think costed that. If you look at that goal, the first one, it's still the confusion of the 2 of them that led to Chiefs losing that ball in the midfield, which led to the goal. So I think I want to agree with the guy that was saying this is a little bit of an experiment as well. as you counted the players that you counted that are new, never played together, the first time they're playing together in this game. So yeah, you could see here comes the third goal.
Marasije, can I ask, are we not being lenient on the team to still be experimenting now? And I understand new players and all of that stuff, but at what point do you ask for maybe not a return, but at the very least you ask for some steadiness in terms of the results?
Here comes the Polosquai!
In terms of the goals, in terms of the play, in terms of all of that stuff. When do you ask that question? Because I feel like we're not asking that question.
How long does it take for a team to gel, Mr. Uti?
I don't know, but I've watched 15 games of Chiefs now, and there's no gelling. We concede as much as we score. We're
okay, in those 15 games.
Yeah.
In those 15 games, how many Chiefs team can you say you can count in those 15 games?
In terms of what consistency?
No, the actual team, player personnel, the 11. Can you say that in the 15 games that we've got an 11?
Our Mara teams that get injuries all the time.
Yes, but ours is not even a matter of sometimes. Why are you diving alone? He's diving in. You must dive in a swimming pool, man. Not in. But anyway, Mr. Oti, I think to avoid a little bit dialogue, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we are building something that we can go forward with. There are glimpses of it. There are players that are going to struggle. We've seen players being moved in 3 different positions. But yeah.
Okay. Let me bring in Malemekutso.
Oh, Mr. OT. Nilo you offer.
Mina ngazi ukuthi ngizaleni ngo-4 man. Maybe usakhumbule soweto ufuna ukusinceda.
No, nilo you offer ngiyayibona indaba yenu. Khona le ngoma yenu engiyithandayo entsha. I enjoy it so much. Ansazi nokuthi ngicula noma nikorile niyayicula le marawa ayachaza barilo ile ho. I'm like, okay, ngiyacela baniloyile.
Siloyile vele 10 years.
Siloyile man. No, and today very mina expect lor leto jiwa today. Because you overexerted yourself, Katavi, keep a young king, Tesemandlin. Even though I felt like I wasn't impressed with the tactics, Mr. Oti.
Yeah.
The way when squeezing a call, and a friend of mine who I was sitting with, the vantage point where I could see how Chiefs, when the opponents had the ball, they would compress. But compress to an extent, they limit or they open up themselves on the sides. Hoto, if you saw the passes from Chaine, the passes from Mutito were a reaction to how open are these guys. Yes, they want to compress, but they leave everyone else free. They compress to an extent to which even the back 4 compresses, Mr. Oti, with the midfielders, which is why you saw the Mufukeng 1-on-1, the Mabasa 1-on-1, and today the Muremi 1-on-1. I saw this from this. I was like, there is no way this is the coach who came in carry demands, heavy demands, and he coaches like transitioning from under 15 to 17. I'm sorry, respectfully, I did not get, like, I watched and I was like, how are they doing this and getting away with it? And the reason I asked you, Fear, on our KG's live label agent, I said I had another theory, that the players did not perform Bomabasa because there was a lingering fear, which is nonsense might happen. Chiefs did not have a good game, Mr. Oti, and I'm watching them. They're doing the same thing. Shout out to Morris. Morris, we are push Hashem. I didn't expect such a good performance from him. No man.
Can I ask you? Are we being man? What's the word? Are we being lenient on Coach Nabi?
Nilahlithemba, Mr. Uti, lekhathetse.
Yeah.
Like nikhathele complain. Now mucha complain uyazikhuza ukuthi kunini ngicomplain. Like people are overly like lenient, but real talk, they're just tired.
Yeah.
Like there's a thing at Julius where he's like, they are tired, Shem. Chiefs are really in that situation. I'm a support. Well, I mean, sendiyacula nithi baniloyile, so you can see nje lahle ithemba today nje u-04 nje unisizayo. Uyang-understand Mr.
Yeah.
Uthi wenza sure ukuthi nayiwina le game. I won't be surprised if he punches the ball against an Amazulu player because he's tired of being the one who scores and make sure someone else scores. But I'm impressed, man, Mr. Uti. Honestly, first few games I thought he'd do something, but you know how we watch about Ribeiro and Avocados and we like, okay, this guy has improved the league.
Yeah.
Angiyiboni ngona before now.
Or players improving. I asked the question a while ago, you know, how many teams make players better or play players properly or do those things? I don't see it. And we keep, again, as fans, we have this thing, man, or there's a magic answer that's going to come from some magic player, you know, that we haven't signed yet. And we're just going to keep signing and signing and signing. Where is the Chiefs signing players?
I liked what kana kimva khona lengwenya bikho umsika ati coaches don't buy players. Yeah, coach, show us. Coach these ones. We're not saying all coaches should coach new play. I mean, the players they find there, but at least, Mr. Uti, survivor, you know. And the PSL will offer you a lifeline. You'll still be in the top 8 to Lalaganje.
Yeah.
But I'm not impressed, Mr. Uti. About improving. I heard Kokia Kulmang TS Galaxy. At least there you can see progress from a player. We watch Stellenbosch, we can see progress. We watch Pirates as a Buccaneer, I can say we see progress from certain players. But coach, now I want to say Sundowns, but I mean, let's give him time.
Yeah,
let's give him time. I'm not impressed, Mr. Uti. I think he can do better, man.
Okay. Hey, for time, let me jump in. I think I'm going to make this a proper topic because I understand. Let me go to the first. The first, welcome to the show. Let me see. The first. Okay, Ting Fagu Sengwai. Sengwai, welcome to the show. Oh, okay, the first. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to start with the first, then I'll go to Sengwai. Welcome.
Okay. Sure, bro. Come on, Jan.
Man, angazi ngifileni man, angikwatanga, but I'm also not happy.
My brother, I agree to Abuti. The guy just left now.
Yeah, Ati.
There's no hope to Nabi, man. The kind of football playing as Kaizer Chiefs will never go anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm watching Nabi, his tactics, exactly as Steve Khompelo. Remember Steve Khompelo? There is no identity. Which kind of footballer are we playing? Each and every day, each and every game, it's a new thing. You see?
Yeah.
Every game, my brother, sidlala izinto igame like.
Yeah.
I see in my combination, we like I play engasho ukuthi I enjoy playing with somebody I enjoy playing nomthetho ngaphambi kwami. There is a lot behind me or something. There's no combination, there's nothing, bruh. And we are seeing same thing. The whole five coaches were left. I'm even including that one from Supersport. It's the same thing. It's the same pattern. There's no improvement. Another thing. Players like Bavuma are very disappointing, seriously. Bavuma is a senior player right now. He's supposed to behave like a senior player. He can't like crosses. He be undecisive. Across, he must command his box. This guy, he was there when the best goalkeepers at Kaizer Chiefs were there. He grew up at Kaizer Chiefs, but he didn't learn anything. Command your box, man. Look at those cross. Look at the goal just scored, the second goal from Amazulu. It really makes me angry, bruh. How can this boy, for so long, he was watching Itumele Nkune. He was watching the other guy left for Pirates from KZN.
Oh, yeah. There. Nguben. Is it Nguben?
Brilliant. Kuzwai.
Kuzwai. Yeah, Kuzwai.
Yes. My man, you have been second best from those players. Those players take pride. They played like this is their last game. You didn't learn anything. But Bavuma now is a senior player. We like it or not.
Yeah.
He's our senior player. He must lead from the front. By right, he is supposed to be our captain now. Because he doesn't show consistency. That's why we're chopping changing the goalkeepers.
Okay.
We're not supposed to have.
Yeah.
We were not supposed to have a problem with goalkeepers. But Vuma is being here for a long time. For a long time, it's very disappointing, my man.
Okay. For time's sake, I'm gonna jump in so I can bring in Usengwayo.
Yes.
Just for time, let me bring in Usengwayo. I think this thing, we need a proper conversation about this. Usengwayo.
Bottom time. Hayi mfethu ngiyabona banithela isibhaqa yikindaba yenu namhlanje.
Maritutu.
Ithuthu njani isipho phela lesabanipha sona. Hey bafethu, good evening. Hey mina ngcono ngithule ngoba ngiyadlala kusasa, but I think I want to touch on a few things. I think you said something on Saturday when you were reviewing it up. You said good teams are not only good teams when they have the ball. Good teams are also good teams when you don't have the ball. And you are looking at Amazulu, the moment they lose the ball, they are able to spread across the field, they are able to see spaces. You can't say the same thing about Chiefs. Chiefs, when they get to the final line, the decision making of these boys is not good. And I'm looking at Unabi. Unabi had an opportunity to kill this game first half. He didn't. You have Umpatlela no Yoster who are not in the game. But Useseno vilakazi who's still outside, the player who's able to be decisive. You have Uba Nushabalala La Papat no Mart who are not doing anything. So as much as we are complaining about Nabi and Chiefs and Fetu, I think as a coach, you need to be able to have certain qualities that qualify you as a coach, especially if you're coming from Africa. You need to be able to read the game. You need to be able to see the blind spots. Nabi is not showing us that. And my thing is, not only as an Orlando Pirates fan, but as a soccer fan, we can't have double. We can't have double standards. You can't play a 90 minutes game with Pirates and say, yeah, Chiefs buyile. Then you play it 3 days later. Or the things that you were praising about Chiefs is not showing up. So I think it's time that Chiefs needs to look at their strategy in fit. Chiefs has the quality.
Can I ask you something? Is it maybe an issue Guti in Guti there's progress or not progress? Ganti is one sort that's just it works sometimes, it works other times, and it's season Angeki, we don't know what's going to happen in each game. Is that maybe what's happening here this season?
Yazi HIV injury put. Angazi ngibekele njani. An environment dictates what you become. If you get what I'm saying. We can bring you as OT, observed all the 90 matches and above for Chiefs that has played, right? But if the environment is not conducive for quality, you won't be quality. Look at Sereno. This was a guy that was pushing at Sundowns. This was the guy that had the heart of Sundowns. But as a coach, Asbad, Unozwan, we have Vilakazi, we have Shabalala, we have Marked, we have... How many more players do we need to count for you to produce quality? So I think it's time that Chiefs needs to look, and they need to decide what are they doing. Are we in the title for the league? Was it by top 18? Let's decide what we are becoming.
No,
Because we can't. Yeah, good.
No, just admit that last sentence. Then I'll go to Ulirat.
Yeah, I mean you can't create expectation and not live up to the expectation. Rather under promise than provide. Then you over promising and not producing the results. Because namhlanje uzwane uManget showed us that he's building it at Amazulu.
For time's sake, I'm gonna jump in and bring in Ulirato. Oh, Ulirato, welcome to the show. Hey, Ulirato, I don't see. Hey, Akibone Libito Lena, man, it's not showing up here. Let me see. Guys, sorry, I can't see the names here of the multi-guest. Welcome to the show. Oh, Momoza, welcome to the show.
Bafo
Angazi. Today angazi ukuthi ngifile njani. Angazi.
Okay. Bafo ngifuna ukukhuluma lento ebeyikhuluma ubhuti lo ndlulile ne. If ever ungabuyela kuma games we Chiefs. I'm a Chiefs fan bafo. Mara sengiwashise wonke amajeli. Uma ungabuyela kulama games we Chiefs awuthwe wadlalile uNabi. Come boss. uNabi bekangekho remember?
Yeah.
Ubekale phezulu coach this guy coach ngefoni. So awinile lo ma game, you aware of that?
Yeah.
Some other fans said ukuthi I think uNabi uyadeserve kuba nama red card every day cause uNabi uyahlangahlanganisa bafo iChiefs. I won't lie to you. uNabi uyahlangahlanganisa iChiefs. We ended up iChiefs uqinisile uba for Chiefs ayina direction. Yabona iChiefs ayina direction ifana nengane ethiwa keep it up. Okay, where must I improve? Keep it up. Because you have to tell me in physics you are doing good, but in this you have to do it. So uNabi mina ngisambone a good coach for Chiefs. The things that Chiefs are failing, okay, ngiyazizwa le doors ukuthi we don't know what is happening with management Chiefs, but mina I don't think in management Chiefs in a problem because uNabi uthema efika abadlala bebafuna on the list bathengiwe angisho. So why sizosukela iChiefs sisukela uBobby Motaung ungakananda uyakwazi ukukhipha imali manje ngicela ukuyothenga uSimomoza wakukhiphele imali wakunikeza. Inkinga ke manje isiku coach ne team yakhe ucoach lo phethe Chiefs njengamanje bafo simlahlekela istrategy. Remember iChiefs ihambile ya ku CAF ihamba ngozwane yafika straight ku CAF kwafika leli khehla lenu leli saluza ukube kuqhubeka uzwane lapha ku CAF iChiefs ngabe nestar. Into eyenzakalayo njengamanje uNabi iyamhlula iChiefs kodwa iassistant coach yakhe yanabi it's very good kuukuthi ngiphela ngesikhuluma kuzothiwa sesithe ukuya ngami mina ukuthi nomuntu angangazi noma behleli phansi bafo abayiboni lento. You understand? Funa ngabayibona ukuthi okay let's watch the previous game lo mjida ngendlela besebenzisa ngayo ischeme. Umfethu abamfuni labantu uzwane abamfuni uzwane nizosulimaza lento. Look at uSayile first game yakhe iphumile lapho ufika oshaya igoli. That shows alone ukuthi
I hear you makhuluma ukuthi uNabi maybe akazi ukuthi ayenzeni or understand. Mara at the same time, hey, ama-player wakhe ayawamisa ama-chance. Yazi umuntu abhekane nepali angakhona ukufaka ibhola enethini. How much does that contribute to le discussion esikhuluma manje?
All right. For instance, bafo, you remember Ben was overseas trainee lokhunjana ne?
Yeah.
uBen mayifika kulela cembu beline same problem yeChiefs ukuthi ibhola likuwe but you don't iChiefs njengamanje inabo bonke ama coach fitness what ubano othi nje mina guys I'm doing ama strikers akekho ku Chiefs.
Yeah.
Akekho ku Chiefs bafo. So ubani ozotshela istrike ukuthi kuse masubhekene nepali so brafan me ne wenza so akekho baba. If ever we can sort out the pro yabona backline wise iyamshaya lento ukhumbula ukuthi ukwabona uMarti unamagame amaningi ongidlula wonke umuntu baba.
Yeah.
Why?
And isikhala ngayo.
Yi ufuna umntu why mvu enesikhala ngayo why lo mfana lo niyamyeka wenza amaphutha kumanje phela kuthiwa hey lo muntu wakho bedlala phesheya mara ubona ubamba umuntu it's because of a game time mama nginikeza i game time mina ngu-driver brafan me umsebenzi wami ngiyadrive the more ngingadrive ngihleli ekhaya ngingadrive ngikhulu 14 ngizohlehlisa kanjani i-truck entsha uma ngifika but uma ngidriver every day ngigain i-experience wezwisisa. So umfana lo owenza ipenalty bafo siyavuma uyenzile imistake. Why the guy did a mistake? It's because akadlali njalo lo mfana yena uholela ukuthi practice. So the more you do and lo mthita akachange abadlali bafo lo muntu okay unabi bafaka nayo best 11 yakhe akanayo best 11 yanaba yikho. Unabi always said I'm cooking. Unabi said he's cooking mara stuff sakhe sicishiwe brafan me. Yazi sicishiwe ubeka ibhodo thela amafutha sicishiwe baba. Sicishiwe and yasilimaza ndoda yazi the other guy said to me mangawini Chiefs Joe ngizopheka ne atshela unkosikazi athi unkosikazi okay uphekile Joe and usehleze pheka the man like sekuyinto yakho ukuthi magidlala iChiefs uyapheka. I'm sure even today mangamfonela uzongithethe Joe ngiphekile futhi.
What
Thanks for your show. We enjoy it. Thanks for food.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much, my brother. Guys, if you have not followed, follow, man. Press the follow button. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. Monday to Thursday, 7 p.m. Unless Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, King, Bafana are in action, we will be here. Let me go to scene. Just enjoy.
Yeah.
4 minutes left. 3 minutes left.
Yes, listen. Amazulu have scored 9 games, 9 goals in 3 matches. Because today they scored 4. Today they've scored 4 goals.
Yeah.
2 for themselves and 2 for the opponents. And they came here with 7 goals. So 7 plus 4, actually that's 11 goals.
Yeah.
In 3 matches, and now they are on position number 7.
Yeah.
So they come from relegation number 16, 15, wherever. That's when they were appointed, right? With a team that did not even win single games. So I'm one. That's a touchment on the quality coaches. Coach. Yeah, I thought it was a third. I thought it was going to be a third on
goal.
goal.
You thought Patela was still on the payroll. You thought Patela was still on the payroll.
Yeah. Oh, what a poor shot. Yeah, but anyway, Chiefs has created, coming into this game, 72 goal scoring opportunities.
Yeah.
And they were 2 shots away, 2 opportunities away from Pirates, who was leading. Which shows for me that for me is an attachment of coaching.
Okay.
That's the role of the coach. It is to create plays that are going to create goal scoring opportunities. Then the responsibility of players is to execute that play. Let's give it to Nabi. We have not, last year we did not even go past 40.
Okay.
Both Gavin Hunt and Ntseki both combined. So it means that we have created twice as much goal scoring opportunities as we did last year. And I think that's an attachment as to where we are in the league vis-a-vis when Nabi got the league. You must understand Nabi took a team that was not even on the top 8.
But Sinja, can I ask you a question though? Isn't
Yes.
with the part of coaching also not to have a team that is conceded I think it's the
I
third
I
most.
I also I agree with you. I agree with you. Part of it is also being defensively disciplined as well. So for me, Mr. Oti, I would say I disagree with people that are saying that this team now is directionless. I think that there is a direction. There is a direction in terms of where we are going. There's a direction in terms of anticipation. There's a direction in terms of how Chiefs is playing. We can see the problems. We can see what needs to be fixed, whether it's player personnel, or whether it's the coaching that needs to be fixed as well. So we know vis-a-vis how Nabi got the team. Well, let's be honest, Nabi got a team that we did not even know how it was playing. Hence is why it was where it was.
Could you argue that part of the problem was also the fact that Kevin Johnson came in midway, let's say, didn't necessarily get to sign players himself? Mulifin Tseki was parachuted in from technical director for a couple of months. Maybe if he was given time, and I'm not advocating that he needed time.
I don't even. You give time, Mr. Oti, to something that you can see. You give time to something. You can't give when there's nothing. There's nothing.
No, but
With Mulifin Tseki, I said Tseki must go 5 games. I said he must go 5 games.
Yeah.
I said in his 5th goal that we're not going anywhere with him. The day he played Tanzania as an 8, that's what I knew we're not going anywhere with that. The day we played with 4 defensive midfielders is the day I knew we're not going anywhere.
But the reason why I say more time is that I think Nabi got the benefit of time. I mean, up to this point, he's lost almost half of the games. So even the good that we're seeing because of maybe the time he was given to do more. And again, I'm not advocating for Mulifin Tseki. Please don't get me wrong. But
Mr. Oti, how can you give time to a team that plays 70 minutes without a shot on target? Without a shot, let alone a shot on target.
But it's the same
4
team.
games in a row.
But it's the same team that took Sundowns down to the wire. This team lost 4-0 to
Which team?
Sundowns, for example. Mtseki's team.
I'll rather, yes, it lost.
For example.
What's this guy's name? Arthur Zwane lost 4-0 to Sundowns. And the next game he lost 1-0.
I'm saying Tseki never got beaten by more than a one goal margin versus Sundowns, and he threw, I think, 2 other games.
And that's why Chiefs didn't go to the top 8.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't go to top 8. Arthur Zwane lost 4-0 to Sundowns and lost 4-1 and 1-0 to Sundowns. He ended up number 5. So coming here defending is not going to put points on the table.
Yeah.
Coming here and creating a team that hardly creates goal-scoring opportunities is not going to win you anything.
Yeah.
That's why I called Zwane left Chiefs with 2 semi-finals and a top 8 position. What did Tseki and Johnson do? They couldn't even go to the semi-finals, both of them. So we can't sit here and
people that didn't have a season. Zwane got a season to do that.
No,
Now
he
he's getting
didn't. He didn't get a season. Zwane got top semi-finals in the top 8. That was before the season ended.
Yeah, but he got a
Mulifin
season.
Tseki
He
did not
was
even
fired
get to
end
the
of the
semi-finals.
season.
And even Arthur Zwane was robbed. But I don't want to go there. All I'm saying,
I'm
Mr.
just trying
OT,
to make the argument. And again, I'm not saying that I
Nabi
believe
deserves time.
Why?
Nabi deserves time because his team is creating opportunities. There is play that is a winning play that I see that we can win games in this play if we could be lethal in the final third.
Mara, his defense
So
is
that's-
lacking. That's part of his job too.
We can
conceded
fix the
most
defense,
goals.
Mr. OT.
Second of most goals. We have the least clean sheets. Isn't that also part of the coaching?
Mr.
And
OT,
shouldn't
I
we
can
judge him on
handle.
that?
I can handle a coach that is as a play that creates goal scope opportunities, but also has defensive issues. I can deal with that. I
Not
cannot
issues.
give
It's worse in the
opportunities.
league, Zinje. It's not issues.
But they are on the Mr. OT, but they are on the top 5. I would rather have a team that is in the top 5 leaking goals than a team that is number 13 not leaking goals and not scoring goals as well. I'd rather have a Napi that is in the top six than a Molifenseki that is in number 13. Chiefs being number 10.
Games ahead. He's got 2 games in hand. Oh, he's got 2 games ahead.
Mr. Oti, I would rather have 2 games ahead at number 6 than 3 games behind at number 13.
Okay.
We are not going to sit here with a Chiefs that is not going to go to the top 8 again next year. That's why we must give Nabi a chance. Because he's giving this team a top 8 position that it did not have last year. It's a step in the direction, Mr. Oti. Let's be honest. This is a step in the right direction. If Nabi did not qualify put this team in the top 8 or play around in the top 8, then Mr. Oti, I was going to say he must go home because he's not improving anything.
Okay, for time's sake, I'm going to jump in and let Chwene close the show, guys. I'm not going to stay too long now. And also remember, guys, tomorrow, Wednesday shows for the next month are not going to be happening. I'm going to do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Those are the days that I'm going to be live for the next month and a month and a half. Let me go to Chwene. Chwene. Welcome.
My brother, evening. How are you?
I'm okay. I feel like I don't know how to feel about this Chiefs team, man.
My man, I think you saw what's going on. There's a lot of problems actually at Chiefs, and people are hanging on to false hope. You know, when you're driving a car with a coolant problem, when you get out of the garage, tell me and you know, okay, it will get me to the next stop. When you get to your next stop, you must check your car again, refill water. But you're not sure if it might get you to your destination. That's how Chiefs has been. Very inconsistent. No starting 11. You've signed new players already. You're putting pressure on them. You know, you're introducing them. They're not even match fit. You know, so what does it say to the players that you already have in your squad? They're not good enough to play in the derby. They're not good enough to start this game against Amazulu. Today, what I saw is that Amazulu players actually saved Nabi's job. You know, the game that we played on Saturday, I don't really have much to say about it because there was nothing really happening there. You know, both teams didn't really play, and we couldn't even attack enough or penetrate enough to show that we are a team that's threatening, we are a team that's hungry, we are a team that wants to win, we are a team that wants to score goals, you know. So it's not nice because I kept saying that maybe Nabi's a checkbook coach, you know. Because why are you failing to coach the players that are already there? That Athazwane has gotten them in the top 5, gotten to 2 semi-finals with the very same players. You come, you overhaul, you buy a couple of players. We've bought 8 players already this season. You're still struggling. So doesn't he need to look within to say, but maybe this is not the league for me, you know? Maybe he's a good coach elsewhere in Tanzania, in Morocco, but maybe this is not the league for him. This is a very difficult league, you know. For you to play the way you played against Pirates, okay, now you have a home game again against Amazulu, right? And you looked at Ox. Ox worked very hard on Saturday. He was your best player. NTT was the best player. You bench those 2 guys. You don't start with them. Now you're coming with a different starting 11. You're starting with Tabucele, where you saw in the game against Pirates, he couldn't really operate in that midfield. Not because it was packed, but because he's match. He's not fit. He's not match fit. He hasn't caught up with the other guys. You know, he's still maybe 4 or 5 stations behind. You know, so you throw him into the deep end. You know, man, I don't know. Modi worked so hard. He ran too much. Maybe he should have been the one that starts on the bench, comes in as a super sub. You know, to maybe try and change things around. But you're playing Amazulu. You know, and then you go out there, I'm tired of speaking about Chiefs because it's a cycle. It's been happening. I don't remember any Chiefs coach in the past 10 years that was given the checkbook to buy their own players. And a lot of teams, even in the PSL, most of these guys, maybe except Sundowns here and there, the team is the one that signs players. If you look at Pirates, Rivero, Jose found those players there. Here and there, chairman will pick 1 and 2. Gavin Hunt, the coaches that have been at Chiefs, they really don't sign their own players. Yeah. So Nabiana wants to be that special guy to say, I want my own starting 11. I will sign 11 players. And I'm saying today, even if we buy 25 players for Nabi, if he does not change his mindset, how he treats his players, how he approaches games, he's going to be exposed. He's not going to even make it into the top 8 playing like that. He knows that he has a defense problem, right? He doesn't have a solid back 4. We don't know back 4 at Chiefs or back 5 at Chiefs game. All of them inconsistent because he keeps chopping and changing. Mart hasn't really given us much.
Yeah.
The first 45 minutes that you played against Pirates, you saw, okay, these guys are able to give me something. Why don't you start those guys? And at least build some consistency. So in the team, there's also a lot of chopping and changing. Players cannot get used to playing with each other. So that's why there's always also that communication breakdown within the players, because Ranga sometimes wadlala nene ngadlali, Pule Modilena wadlala nene ngadlala, Martuteng nene hayo, so there's no chemistry between the players. So I think maybe he needs to go and reset. I know we're coming back from the break, but I think we need another break for Nabi to go and reset, check the games, and decide if this is the league for him. We don't want to fire him, but I think Lena is feeling it, or maybe, because when you talk too much as a coach and you talk during press conferences, the expectation is raised so high that by the time you realize that I've set the bar so high and I'm failing to live up to those expectations, you're going to succumb under pressure. So for me, let's see what he gives us, but I'm not happy with today's performance.
For time, I'm gonna jump in for time. Guys, I don't know how to feel about Nabi. I'm in two minds about it. And I'm in two minds because of the following reasons. Number one, teams create chances. So on the one hand, you can't look at Coach Nebe and say, the team is not playing well or whatever. The team is not creating chances. Sometimes it's just about conversion. And a coach can only do so much. You can't go onto the pitch you can't go onto the pitch and convert those chances for the players, right? So on the one hand, you can say that these guys are creating chances, they're not scoring, that's why Chiefs are struggling. On the other hand, you can also say that, Coach Nabi, you know that your team has 1 or 2 goals in them in a game. But your defense also has 1 or 2 goals in them in return. 19 goals scored, 19 conceded. Goal difference 0, still the least clean sheets in the league. So now I'm looking at Coach Nabi, honestly speaking, and I'm saying, okay, coach, and the players might be letting you down, and you're bringing in new people, but they're going into the box, they're getting chances, they're not converting them. Fine, we can say that. But for my thing, I look at it and I go, but coach, we've been having a defensive problem the whole season long. And part of your job is also to look at that thing and say, okay, Slungi Sanjane move. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I come from a football. I come from a place where coaches are meant to solve problems. Cardoso comes into Sundowns. He's got a month with the team or whatever. He doesn't know the guys, but at the very least, he understands that, you know what? Hey, umkhulise akekho right. Ithi ngifake lo. I saw this one at Jimmy in Gutienza saw. And they balance it out and they change again. Coach Jose Rivero goes, as in, I may not have such a thick squad. I don't have that many people in the squad. But I know, Uti, if I can put these ones in and do this and do this and do this, I know that, okay, I can get something from this game, I can win this game, but at the very least I can control some things. I'm not asking Nebi to come in and have this amazing thing where he's changed everything. I'm just asking him to stabilize the times. Because we can't keep, they're just showing the highlights, we can't keep conceding goals like this. And Mina, I'm not a person that says the coach must go. I'm a person that goes, at some point, you have to look at your coach and say, but coach, it defends our command. But coach, the midfield coach, Selen Mart played today. I'm sorry, I don't need to see too much of these players to know that Sele's not quite up to speed to the PSL. He came in versus Pirates and he was a little bit off. You know that Mart is not a 6 who wants to become a CDM. So all you know is that we're going to face the same problems we faced when Mtetwa was not playing up to the level he's playing at now, and we're watching the defenders trying to, the CDMs try and do this thing. Last game, that is fine as a left back. He's defensively sound. You take him out, you bring on Cross. We know the problems of Kaizer Chiefs, but nobody's trying to fix them. And I think that's my gripe with Unebi. It feels like there's one trick for this season, and the trick might or might not work. This game it could work versus Tellies. Next game it could not work versus Amazulu or versus somebody else. When we get into the big games where we're playing against the big guys, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't work. There's so many. It's wishy man. I can say what it's in season and I can say what guy. And I'm against saying that this is an experimental season, because we don't have time to experiment anymore, guys. There was a quote that scared me about Coach Nebi. When Coach Nebi said that I could win these games. I could play a low block, I could hit them on the counter, and we could go and win games. And in my head, I was like, Mara, coach, you know this. You know this. You know this. Mara, you still choose to do what you do. And again, I hear you guys saying it's unlucky. Yeah, they're missing chances. Yeah, do you know what else? People are getting chances against us. Clear cut, open chances against us. They're scoring them. So you can't have the one without the other. You can't say that it's an amazing attacking coach and the players are letting him down when also we are conceding at a level that we've never conceded at. Least clean sheets. Guys, our KFC, our Marumo Kalans have more clean sheets than the Chiefs. All of the attacking work that you do, you're also, what's happening? Other side. You're getting scored up on. So I think that's why I don't know how to feel about Coach Nabi, because you see some of the things he's brought. I think he's got a ferocious counterattack. I think I'm waiting for Cirino to come back to direct when we are counterattack to direct those players. I think that's great. But it's also something that makes us defensively weak because we bring so many players forward. And I think now, maybe for me, I'm looking more for a balance. And part of the balance is to go at times, okay, guys, you know what? This thing is not working. Let's go do something else. Even in this game, Coach Caruso, Coach Caruso, I don't know anything about how he plays. I don't care about his style of play. I don't even think he's that good style of play-wise. But when he sees something, he can answer the question. And I don't think Nebi wants to answer the question. It's not that he can't, it's that he doesn't want to answer the question. It's like he's being stubborn with this thing. And I get it. Fine, you want your style of play, Mara. Get your results, man. Right now, we're talking about top 5. I wanted to speak to Sinja's point, talking about top 5. So the teams around us, Skukune is 2 points ahead of us. They've played 14 games, which is a possibility of 6 points that takes them to 30. So that they could be 8 points ahead. The team behind us is Stellenbosch, has played 3 games less. So which means that they've got a possibility of 9 points, where they could be on 29 and we could be on 22. You look at Cape Town City at number 8, who are sitting with 15 games played. They're one game behind us. A win there, pass jump. So even this number 5, is the number 5 a real number 5 and a metric? And Homes of Limpopo province, who cares about impatient? It's been 10 years of what? If you are patient or not patient, I just want results at the end of the day. If Polokwane City can go and get results, why can't we ask for results? And it's not to get rid of people, but sometimes to be pragmatic and say, okay, guys. When he said it himself. I'm not even saying a quote that I'm making up. He said it himself, that he could be getting all the 3 points if he wanted. Big teams must play beautiful football. I don't care about beautiful football anymore. But anyway, guys, hey, time. 2-2 draw, not a bad result, with all things considered. 2-2 draw, it's not a loss, coming from the loss versus Orlando Pirates. Kaizer Chiefs stays number 5. Amazulu are up to number 7. We had 18 shot goal attempts, 9 on target. Amazulu had 7 and got 3 on target. There was 54% possession for Kaizer Chiefs and 46 for Amazulu. Guys, follow if you have not followed. Monday to Friday at 7 p.m. I will be here. Wednesdays for the next month or so are going to be out. So I'm not going to be live at all on Wednesdays, but Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I will be here. And of course, the watch-alongs that we do on the weekends and during the week, I will also be here. If you want to watch any of the previous episodes, they are available in full on YouTube. And then also here on TikTok, I drop content almost every day. My thoughts about this match are going to be out in full in about an hour and a half. I'll put them out in full on YouTube. Please, guys, watch on YouTube because I'm actually monetized that side. And every view helps, right? Every view helps. To answer Temba J's question from earlier on. Guys, there is a WhatsApp group. It's a membership. So it's no longer on YouTube. If you want to become a member on the WhatsApp group and have access to me and a whole bunch of people where we have some incredible conversations further than the 2 hours every day that we can do on the show, there's a bank account number in my bio. So click on the link in my bio, the link tree. The first thing you'll see is my bank account, 50 Rand a month, and you gain access. So your reference, the name that you want to appear, and also your WhatsApp number. Then I will put you into the WhatsApp group, and it goes monthly, or you can pay for the whole year, which is at a discount of 500 Rand for 12 months. So that is then gives you a season pass, and you can stay with me and be with me in that WhatsApp group, and also get your name featured. So the features are going to start this week, where there's going to be all of the people that are supporting this will get a shout out visually on all of my videos, all of my lives, and all of that stuff. And they'll have a highlight just to those who are helping me build this. Guys, there's not a lot of places where you can do this and have chats amongst us fans. I'm not a former player, not a former coach. This is not Supersport. This is me and you speaking about this game that we love and actually coming in and having these chats. It's not just match reviews. It's not just watch-alongs. It's also some really dope conversations we've had that are also available in full on YouTube. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for the support. And also Friday, on Podcast and Chill, the Podcast and Chill channel, I've got a football show that's dropping there that we're doing now with Abomake G. So please also support us there. Thank you guys for everything that you guys have given me and helped me grow. Saturday is the TikTok Awards. I'm nominated as the Sports Creator of the Year, Sub-Saharan Africa. It's an incredible, it's a huge deal. Hopefully we bring it back and I can bring it back for the Overthinkers. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you then on Thursday. Bye, everyone.